Hello and welcome. My name is Ash. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors build confidence and book smarter. And tonight's training is about how to book cruise like a pro. We'll go over everything you know to set up, manage, and maximize your cruise groups. If you're live here, make sure you go ahead and drop a quick hello because I want to know that you are with me. Hello. And if you are this on replay, make sure you can comment hashtag replay so that you stopped by. And while I'm moving all of this stuff up your screen, if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you like on this video and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell so you never miss when I'm going live. So we are learning about how to book group cruises like a pro. And I think this is something that every travel advisor should know how to do because why? It's so easy. It's so easy to do. And I have a really cool gift to give you guys at the end that's literally going to make booking group cruises so fun and easy. I can't wait to show it to you. So make sure you stay to the end for that. But let's dive in on how to book group cruises like a pro. I'm going to go over a lot of things tonight. I'm going to talk about why they matter, the different types of group cruises that you can do, group perks, how to book a group on two different sites. I'm going to go over Cruising Power and One Source. I'm also going to talk about deposits and tour conductor credits and amenity points, how it all works. I'm going to go over how to market group cruises. Yeah. How to fill the cabins when you have a few left, and different tools, checklists to payouts. And of course, I have that gift for you at the end, a Q&A, and some great key takeaways from this training. So why do group cruises matter? Let me tell you something. They are easier to manage than any other group that you could possibly imagine. Let me explain. I just got done doing a group for an all-inclusive resort, and it was a headache, man. And it's not the person that's doing the group. They're easy. They know exactly what they want. Thank you. I'll book it with you. Great. It's everybody else that goes in between that because they need flights and they got these points and they got this and they got that. It's can be very confusing and time consuming, right? The commission's great, but it's a lot. It's not the same here, okay? Group cruises matter because they're easy. Everybody meets at the same place, right? It's an all-inclusive experience and everything's built in, the entertainment, the dining, the activities, it's all built into one place. So all you have to do is get them on the ship. Okay, you need a room? Here, let me book the room for you. All right, I got this. Okay, good. Bye. Oh, you want flights? I mean, yeah, we could have flights. Okay, we could do a hotel too if you want. But like the main part of it is just the cruise. We love that, right? And it makes it perfect for events like weddings, reunions, and incentive trips like for business because they all meet in that one place. And one of the best parts is normally when they go on one great group cruise, guess what they want to do after? They want to take another one. Yeah, every year it normally becomes a thing for them. They want to keep taking them. And one of my favorite parts is that technically it's one booking with multiple cabins inside of it, which means what? You're getting more commissions just from one booking itself. One person came to you and said, I need to book a group. And that turned into multiple cabins with a lot more commissions, right? So it's great money. It's great time management. You can get in and get out. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that on this training. What are the types of group cruises that you can book? So whenever you go into picking your selection for your group cruise, this is when this comes into play. And you need to know the differences because you don't want to pick the wrong one. So affinity groups means that they are connected. So they know each other like through church, family, maybe a sorority group, something, students, whatever. They all know each other somehow. Okay. That means that when they're in this group setting that they're going to know each other. Another one that we do is promotional groups. This is open to anyone. You know, when you have those big theme parties and they're like, this is a group cruise, it's a promotional group. The hosted sailings, like maybe somebody's having a birthday and they just wanted to open it up. I've seen that really. Somebody had a whole birthday and they just wanted to invite a bunch of people that they don't know into a group cruise. They had a birthday bash on a cruise and they invited everyone. That's a group cruise, but it's promotional because they don't know each other. Okay. If they know each other, it's an affinity. If they don't, it's promotional, pretty much. And last one, incentive groups are going to be like corporate rewards or business travel. That's going to pertain to the business side. You will see some other ones that will say like others. I've seen that on Royal Caribbean. I've also seen students as an option too, but I feel like these three are the safest. So go with one of these three. Okay. You have to figure out which one you're picking before you select it inside the group. And then also, if you want to market this as a niche, make sure you're marketing it correctly. If you are doing like a church group, like maybe that's your thing, maybe you have family vacations, family reunions, something like that, okay? If it's like that, then you want to make sure you're marketing it as a affinity, let's get together on this ship kind of deal. If you're more of a, hey, let's go do, I don't know, like couple retreats on a romantic cruise, I don't know, something, okay? They don't know each other. All right, make sure you're promoting it as you're just signing up for this group rate. Okay. Don't promote it incorrectly because it's going to hurt your sales and it's going to affect them when they get on the ship. Right. Group perks and requirements. There's so many perks from booking in groups. They have amenity points. Some of them, they won't see them in the beginning, but they will have amenity points. They're going to have locked in pricing. And of course, they're going to get a group rate. But one of the cool things about groups, and that's what's mostly talked about groups, is that you have to have a minimum of 8 cabins to make a group, which technically means 16 guests. With that, every time you get 8 cabins, you get a free cabin in return. Now, this doesn't show up as like a free cabin. It shows up as a tour conductor credit. So 1 tour conductor credit for every 8 cabins. Now, I will tell you, Carnival will say 15 guests and 8 cabins. Like it all will change guest wise, but it all comes down to 8 cabins are typically needed for a group cruise. Okay. The amenity points, that is different from tour conductor credits. Amenity points are considered onboard credit, gifts, and cocktail parties. These are not normally assigned in the beginning. It is very rare to actually see the amount of amenity points that you will get right away. The reason being is because it is based off of how many people are actually going within the cruise. So in the tour conductor side, it has to have 8 cabins to get 1 tour conductor, right? It doesn't work the same with amenity points because you might not have exactly 8 cabins. You might have 12, 13 cabins. You don't get another tour conductor credit, but you might get more amenity points is what I'm trying to get to, okay? Another thing about amenity points, they also do like extra commission as an option. So just keep that in mind. I'm just letting you know, okay, just if you want to. But those amenity points normally don't get assigned until after like the final payment section because you don't want to get it assigned and then you add another cabin, right? You want to finalize. So if you don't see them right away, don't worry. They might be in there, but you won't know until you start getting it actually the administered group, everything that's included, etc. Okay. So typically on groups, they have a deposit per person, anywhere from 25 to 250 is typical. It does depend on if there's like an offer going, but normally it's like 200, 250. Deadlines, they're going to have very specific deadlines for deposits for when you have to have the names, which means the rooms have to be allocated at some point. You need to put somebody in that room. It'll have a deposit, a due date for that, and then it'll have a final payment due date as well. Then that final payment is set up. That's typically when we submit the final manifest and that you're going to have it to where nobody else can be added and any extra staterooms get released. Okay. Once you go in, I put in here, this is important, always get a group ID or a confirmation email. Let me explain why. One time I accidentally submitted a group and I thought I finished it and then I didn't. And then I was like waiting and I was like, I didn't get a group. I didn't get anything. Let me go back and check. And it never submitted and it really kind of irritated me. So I put that in there as when you are done, okay, you have to get to the part where it actually shows you a group ID. Don't just think that you're done until you get something that says you are done with it because you don't want to think you finalized it and you didn't. There are only so many groups that they do per ship, and you don't want to think that you have a group set up and then it's actually sold out. So don't do that, okay? Now, next thing is how to book a group. Of course, it's pretty easy, right? But I want to throw in there the really basic setup. So first of all, make sure you know what sailing you're going to do before you request the group, because it's going to be like a part where you have to search and find and like it's just very complicated. So get with the group, tell them exactly what this is, what you want. This is where you want to go. You're okay with this. Okay, now let me go get the group setting for you for this cruise line and the ship itself. Then you also need to make sure that the group space is actually available. Remember, I told you they have limited number of groups per sailing. So you have to make sure that you actually can get a group, right? And then you want to make sure you can actually go in and request the amount of rooms that you need. Sometimes if it's not very sold out, it's kind of open, they'll give you like up to like 50, 60 rooms you can request. Great if you need it, right? But at the same time, if it's close to where it's selling out, they might only give you like 9 or 10 rooms. And like, you don't want to tell them, oh yeah, I can get you a group rate, but oh, sorry, all of the rooms are sold out, right? So make sure that's available. And I'll show you where that's at in a minute. I'm going to show you how to book a group cruise, okay? I got 2 of them set up. I'm going to show you. Next, you want to make sure you create a marketing flyer. Even if it's an affinity group, you have to have something to pull everybody in. You want to give your client something that they can go and give other people, okay? So either that's a flyer or a landing page. Maybe you do Travel Joy, whatever. You want to have something set up to bring everybody back to that place, because I personally like to treat each booking individually, even if it's a group setting. I will call that person directly, collect the guest info, collect their deposit, get them all set up. They are included in a group, yes. But if you don't do this, I'm going to tell you what can happen. Group chats, and they are absolutely scary for a travel advisor because people just start asking you random questions and you might not want to answer that for everybody. So don't do that to yourself, okay? Get them set up where they're all like, yes, we're in a group, but this is your individual information. Just a personal suggestion, okay? Then you're going to need to track payments and assign cabins. And of course, 75 to 120 days before, depends on when the sailing is leaving. That's when the close on date depends. But roughly 75 to 120 days before, you have to submit the manifest and finalize with the supplier. Okay. So make sure that all of this, just screenshot this, okay? This is great to have. And I'm going to give you something to help with that track payments and cabin assignments, okay? I'm about to give you one of the most ultimate group, like you're going to like what I have, but you have to stay to the end to watch it, okay? I'm going to need you at the end. So let's go ahead and talk about how to book a group cruise, shall we? Let me go to Cruising Power real quick, make sure that I'm still signed in. Oof, yes, thank you. All right, so I am here. This is Espresso Reservations. If we go back, I went all the way into it, but this is Cruising Power. Okay, this is what it looks like. There we go. So I'm in Espresso Reservations. It's very easy to book group cruises online. They're pretty simple. You just click start a group. The only place that I've seen that you can't do group cruises online is Disney. I've never seen it in Disney. Like Disney, you have to call. So everywhere else, you can kind of come in here and do it. You always have to name your group. I always use Ultimate Cruise. I don't know why. That's what all my groups are named. So we're going to go with that. And then you have to pick the group type. Remember, affinity, together, incentive, business, others, if it doesn't fit under anything. Promotional, they don't know anybody. And then there's that student option too. I'm going to go with promotional. We're going to say they don't know anybody. And then I'm going to do no deposit. If you do deposit, that means when you close it out, it needs a deposit. But we're going to do no deposit for right now. Don't click this. This doesn't work. Royal Caribbean ships. Okay. We are just going to do out of Miami. Yeah. And then we need to pick a date. Since it's a group cruise, it's not something that we can do right away. Normally these are going to all be sold out by now. So let's go out a little. Okay. Let's take a trip. April. All right. I'm going to leave this around. We don't need any of that. Search. All right. So it has 64 sailings. Has all the stuff. Now, do you see this part that says closed? Does that mean something to us? Yes, that means they don't have any group sailings on here. See how it says not available? Not available. None. Okay. Another thing you're going to notice is these gap points. And even if you defilter it, there's no gap points typically because they're not assigned right now. So don't get scared. It just means it's not assigned. Okay, cool. All right. Now let's see here. We have some dates to choose. Now, mind you, the commission is going to be based off these totals. Okay, so these are group rates, so keep in mind these totals. All right, if you go with the really cheap ones, you're going to get cheap commission. You always have to keep that in mind. This one's pretty expensive for 3 nights, right? That's a big price. Why is that? It must be an important date or holiday or something. Let's go here. Okay, we like this. Freedom of the Seas, 4 nights, Eastern Caribbean, leaving out of Miami. That's so cheap. Okay, we'll go to the. No, I can't do this. This is crazy. What? For 3 nights? No. All right, let's do this. This is reasonable. It's going to be kind of low commission, but it's okay. Let's go. Right. They have some spacious ocean view balconies, an ocean view balcony. I'm looking right here. All these are closed. They have ocean views and they have interiors. Perfect. And they have a lot of them. You see how it says 10 plus? That's a good sign for us. So I would probably go get let's do 3 here. Okay. Let's do 3 of those. That's 6. We need 8 total, so we need 2 more. And then 2. All right. We're going to click add. All right. So look, it does have us closed off here. I've seen way more here. So this means that that's what they have available. So good to know. So 8 added, 8 remaining. All right, minimum 8 staterooms. Okay, we have our rooms right here. We can see them. You can come in here and allocate the staterooms if you want, which basically means you can pick the cabins if you want, and you can put them next to each other. But for this suggestion, you can also do guarantees too. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to where we were, and then I'm going to hit review and book. So I cannot actually book it because if I book it, it won't let me cancel it right away, and that scares me. So I'm not going to do that. I've done that on accident before. So it will book. This is all you need. It will book just like this, okay? But we don't want to do that. We'll just take a look a little bit in here. It's not available. It's not going to tell you your gap points, but I do want you to know that it has one free cabin. So one cabin per 16 guests. There's that free cabin right there. Okay, we can open it. See? You need to book 8 additional staterooms to receive your next tour conductor credit for this group. Okay, good to know. All right, there's the itinerary, all that, has the group, the traditional promotional no deposit. All right, cool. So let's scroll down. They do have the payment schedule, but if you scroll down, it's going to tell you the payment schedule too. So we have the gross balance that's with our commission tacked in as unnamed guest. You don't have to name the guest when you first set it up. You can add them after. There is that free room. Now, mind you, it's going to give you the full fare of the room. So this is their cheapest room they have available. There's the full fare for it. What do they do with this? You can see they broke it up in between them. So it's giving them a $330 discount that will be divided between 8 rooms. Okay. There's the commission, $792. But you have to keep in mind, these rooms are really cheap. They were like 5. Look, let's go take a look. We can find out. They were pretty cheap. Look how cheap these rooms are. Wow. All right. So I like to think, I know when I first saw that, I was like, oh, $700. But okay, think about it like this. If they didn't bring them to you, you would have booked only one person and you would have only gotten like $200. But instead, they brought you 7 more rooms and it brought you up to roughly $792. So it's not bad. And also, I like to keep in mind too, when people go on one cruise, they like to go on another. So if this means that every year I get one of these $792 bookings, sounds great to me. Great. Love that. All right. So the rooms are really cheap too. They did pretty good with this. Like, this is not what they get. Like, this is a group rate for this. So that's pretty good. I would go on this. And it's only 4 nights. So, wow, this is fantastic. All right. This is just our information, but all I would do next is hit finish. That's it. Okay. So that is Royal Caribbean. You have to make sure you get your group ID. Please don't leave that group ID. And I'm going to show you what to do with it later and that gift I got for you. Right. All right. Now let me go over here. Yes, resubmit. Okay. That's fine. Oh, 1 second. All right. So let's go here now. Here we are. We are now inside one source. I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to do Princess because these are so easy to do. I just want you to get into the habit of it. It's pretty fast. Booking managed cruises right here. Create managed group. You can actually search for groups and view group lists too, but we're just going to create a group. Okay, I got my group. Oh, look. Princess requires for it to be 10. Okay, good to know. All right, look, and it gives me my amenity points right up front. Give you a rough idea. I like how it automatically gives you this. Like, I appreciate that, but Royal Caribbean, they will never automatically give. Sometimes they don't give, honestly. Okay, so we don't want any of these expensive rooms. So we're gonna get, let's say 4 of these. We get 4 of these. Okay, that's 8, and then we need 2. So we got some outside rooms, which is their ocean view, and then their balcony, and we've got some inside rooms. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Select affinity type. No affinity, agency, office, business, celebration group, club, organization, family. We're going to do celebration group because that sounds nice. Cross-reference bookings. This means when they're doing their dining, they do a dining thing at the bottom. It's going to be here, but it's not here now. That's if they have, like, if somebody else wants to join the group, but they're not joining the group. Okay. They can eat together. That's what that is. Group opened, multi-agency. No, this is if you're adding people. Sometimes, guys, with groups, if if somebody like another agent booked it, you can still add it to the group. They get the commission, right? But you get the amenity points and the tour conductor credits, and you will add it as amenity only. And they will let you do that sometimes. So that's what that's saying. Like if it's already a built group and you know you're going to add multiple agencies, you could technically do that. You don't get the commission, but it will help you fill the group if you need to. Okay. Recrap, you don't need that, leave that alone, leave this alone. And then right here is the amenity codes. So if they have the cocktail party, okay, you can go in there, tour conductor ratio. This is 16 people per one cabin. And it lets you change it, but I wouldn't do that. I would just leave that alone. Amenity points remaining, so I can establish 4. This one right here is actually the promo code, so ignore that one. That one doesn't count, but you can add it too. And you can also do auto prepay gratuity here. So pretty cool. You can remove it or not. Recall dates, okay, bulk inventory. And then I would go hit submit, but I'm not going to do that, okay? So what it wants me to do is just pick out the amenities points and stuff like that. So this is how it works for them. After that, it's finished. That's it. You would just hit submit and you're done. And then honestly, if I was doing this on Princess, I would call them. I would not do this online. Okay. Set it up online. Great. But if you need help, what do I always tell you guys? Please call the cruise line because they're meant to do that. Let them do that. All right. Especially if you're Princess, because Princess is confusing. So you can see though, you can easily just set up a group in there. Same thing. After you set it up there, you go in there, add the names, set up the group, you're done. Same promotional, same thing, but it just looks a lot harder compared to Royal Caribbean, right? Can we all agree that Princesses looks a little bit harder than Royal Caribbean, right? So that is how you book a group cruise. It's very easy. If you need help doing it, you can technically do it on the phone, but I would just do it online. All of the cruise lines have that, except from what I've seen at Disney. Disney doesn't have that. So next, deposits and tour conductor credits. Typically deposits are $25 to $250 per person, depending on the line. The final payments always are due 75 to 120 days before sailing, depending on when you book it. Tour conductor credit is 1 free cabin for every 8 to 16 cabins. It should say 8 cabins to 16 people. As you saw with Princess, it's 10 cabins, but it's 16 people. So it's either one of those verbiages, okay? You can use for yourself, bonus commission, or a group leader award, or you can take it and divide it in between everybody. Track all deadlines in a shared sheet. I have that, or CRM. Now, marketing and filling cabins. Sometimes I have seen this. This happened a lot more when I was first came here. It's not as popular now, but you guys can do marketing on your page for host a group cruise night and have people invite other people to it. So once you start booking them, host a group cruise night, do a live, do a, if it's a promotional or incentive group, you can get it out there, start telling other people, promote it, right? Or if it's a family one, invite all the family to one group cruise night so they can go learn all about the cool perks of booking that group cruise with you. Boom. Okay. Great shareable Canva flyers, awful referral bonuses, or onboard credit. Okay. If you have the ability to do that, great. But what I like to do is the referral bonuses. If you come in this cabin, you're going to help get some whatever cocktail party. You get to join in our group, or you get to help us share the discount between the tour conductor credit, right? All right. Make sure you promote it early enough out. I suggest doing roughly 12 to 18 months if you can. If this is a promotional one where you're going out and building it, don't run into your first group and then just rush it because you will fail. Sorry, love you, but that's the truth. It's hard to promote groups. It looks easy and it looks like something people would do, but you have to hit the right niche and right market for it. That's the part that takes time. That's the work that you have to put in. If you already have a group setting and you do groups often, why are you not doing this, right? But if you are starting out, get it ready to plan it out. Give yourself time to set it up. Give yourself time to get motivated and promoted, etc. Okay. Now, another thing that I like to do too is use social proof. So if you've ever done groups in the past and you have any photos, use those. You can just use the group rates that maybe you have found. I like to do that too. I like to do countdown posts when I'm doing the groups so we can count down. This is how we're going. Oh, if you haven't heard yet, we're going here. We're only so many days from sailing. If you want to hop in on this rate, If you could easily sell a group rate, but it's only $500 for the cabin for 2 people, that could easily be sold, right? Especially in a promotional setting. You want to lock in this rate, go here, right? So that is one of the best ways that you can market and fill those cabins. Now, documents. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, go ahead and screenshot this, especially because if you're going to do groups, you're not going to remember this. But I like to get all of this set up. So the documents and the payment forms, I'm referring to mostly credit card auth forms. Okay. So make sure you have that all in one file. The group manifest spreadsheet, we're going to help you with that one. Okay. Have that in one file, cabin assignment sheet, authorization, insurance, all of this. You want to have this all in one setting. Okay. The payouts, you're going to track all of the bookings under a group ID. We can actually do that. Okay. I can show you real quick how to do a group commission tracking form. And then tour conductor credits may increase commission percentage. That can happen. Confirm final payment before disbursement. Like, you have to make sure that everything is set up, okay? And you don't want to miss it, because one person can get lost in the sauce and it can really affect the entire group. So don't get lost in it, all right? Now, let me go real quick. This wasn't originally my plan, but I have learned the longer I stay live with you guys, the more people hop on. So if we're just going to stay live, we're just staying live, right? Let's go. I'll show you real quick how to do I'm logging into my back office real quick. I'm going to show you how to do a group commission tracking form. I showed you guys how to do it yesterday with the resorts, but I want to make sure that if you didn't watch the resorts training, you know what to do. So go here, dashboard. We're going to go to commissions. We're going to go to commission hub. And if you ever get lost and you don't know how to do a group booking commission tracking form, you can do it right. You can watch it right here. This guy, he goes over it too, but I'm going to do it real quick. So new commission tracking form. You're going to do group cruise, blah, 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 whatever you name it. Sure. Hit create. I have a lot of drafts. I know Archer sees this and they're like, lady, stop drafting things. And I'm like, I'm just training. I was just putting all of the travelers in here. If it's a lot, I get it. But anybody that has an ID attached to them inside of this group booking, if they are like the main person that's doing the booking for each cabin, they need to be here. Okay. And once you create a traveler, like we're gonna make Bob. Come here, Bob. 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 His last name's always Robert. I don't know why. Blah, blah, blah at gmail.com. Great. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, that had letters in it. Sorry. All right, here we go. Great. Thanks, Bob. We love Bob. He's also in the enrollment section, you know, when you enroll and you create your ID. Yep, Bob. All right, so Bob's here. If you need to duplicate it, watch this. Duplicate primary. All right, Bob's there. So maybe Bob and Sarah are going together. So now Sarah, all right. So that's how you do it, okay? You don't have to do like the name, email, etc. It just needs to have one, but you could duplicate it over and over, okay? Now, the group cruise itself, new component, cruise. Yeah, all right, booking date. Make sure it's within the 30 days or you lose out. Don't do that to yourself. As soon as you get that group cruise booked, go ahead and put it in here because you can always edit this form after you submit it. Hello. Okay. Start date. That's not the part I want you to worry about. You know all of this. Start, end date, ship name, itinerary details. Great. Nobody cares. Estimated commission. You saw where it told you what that is. You put that in there. Total sales amount. It tells you where that is, right? Then it gives you a group booking ID. Do you see how it did that? Yeah. Okay. We're going to blah, 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 blah. Okay. There it is. Now, you have to still go in and do the individual reference ID. If it doesn't give you one, then it's okay. But it should give you, see, it says provided to the primary traveler. It should give you some reference ID. There's the group reference one. And then Bob's going to have his own reference ID too, because he did a booking. Not every cruise line will do that, but most of them do. So there's Bob's. But then Sarah, she had her own booking too. She got her own room. She didn't want to share with Bob. So then she has hers. Do you see how I did that? That's how you do a group booking. All right. Boom. Now let's go back to this training. Oh, look at me. I did that perfectly because I finished the training too. All right. It's like, I love myself. All right. Now, that was a lot that I gave you, huh? That was a lot. And you're probably thinking, what do I do with all this information? Well, if you ever need help with it, you definitely can always contact Archer for starters, right? And Miss Peggy herself, she is the cruise coordinator for Archer Travel, so she can help you. I'm going to give you this gift, but how can I give you this gift? Let's see. Okay, I have a great idea. So if you want this gift, which I know you're going to want, go ahead and comment guide below. Okay, and I'm going to go in there individually and give it to each one of you because this helps both of us. Okay, I give you the guide, and in return, you guys help me with engagement. Yes, so yeah, comment guide. Let me go ahead and share the gift for you to see here. You're gonna love this. Ready? If you want to book group cruises, well, I'm about to give you the ultimate group cruise tracker. I absolutely use this all the time when I do group cruises, and I recommend all of you to use this too. So I'm going to share it with you guys. All you have to do is comment guide below, but let me show you what it looks like. So here's all the group info for your particular group. You just make a copy of it each time you want to go ahead and edit it, of course. We have a cabin tracker. We have a payment tracker. We have a documents deadline, so you know when these documents need to be submitted. We have a marketing and leads. So if you are trying to get like a promotional group set up, you can put where all your leads are coming from. And then it also has a summary dashboard. So you can put all the totals so you can keep up with your sales, your commissions, etc. Okay. So yes, if you want this, go ahead and comment guide so I can share it to you now. While I'm going over to the studio, here is a little bit of Q&A, key takeaways, okay? Like I said, always contact Peggy if you always failed and you need help. She is great. But group cruises, like I said, equal high rewards and low stress. I'm going to get this link right here and get it off my phone. Give me 1 second. So group cruises equal high reward and low stress. Make sure you lock in early and always stay organized, especially with this ultimate group cruise tracker that I just gave you. And then, of course, leverage cruise line perks for more income and promote consistently. You can repeat the same groups every year. Just make it a habit. Every year we do a group cruise. Great, fun. You can promote that every single year. Trust me. Okay. Go ahead. Like I said, make sure you comment guide so I can give you that guide. And I will comment under each one of them and I will give it to you. Okay. And then, of course, you're going to want to make sure you join me tomorrow because we are going to be concluding group week, which is going to be where we do hotels and flights, which I feel like is what most people do. So I want to cover that just on its own. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So if you haven't, comment guide so you can get it to you. And if not, I